Live now. I clicked the button. We're going live. I think that means we're live now. I am well aware, ladies and gentlemen, that it looks different. There it is. Okay. So the reason why it looks different, I'm looking in the wrong place. I don't know why. I don't know why it looks different right now. We have a guest with us tonight, and for some reason, I couldn't get the two cameras and our guest to work. So I'm having to use my webcam on the computer, which, you know, it ain't as good, but it is what it is. First thing that has to be said before we bring in our guest, video and audio sound good. Thank you, Papamoto. First thing we have to say is wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It has been a wonderful day for us. I just have to say it. The number one thing I am thankful for is this beautiful woman sitting across from me, because I'm going to tell you something. That was the best Thanksgiving dinner I've ever had in my life.
Really?
I'm really
Didn't you say
looking
that
forward.
last year?
Probably, but it's true this time. I mean, it was true then, but it's true now too. So
Gosh.
anyway, I wanted to say that, but I don't want to waste any more time. We got to bring our guest in here. It's going to make us all three a little smaller on the camera. You're going to have to, well, you're fine. Let's see.
Fine.
I'll have to straighten you out a little bit there so you're in the center. There we go. So here we are, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we have my least favorite YouTuber on the entire platform, Bob Steenfot.
And we're in order of height, too.
Oh,
It's
that's
true.
so
Yeah.
funny.
I am definitely the tallest of all three.
I'm taller than Bob.
You are
It's
the little
true.
person.
My secret's out. Shoot, this whole time we've been telling everyone how tall I am, and now they know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Bob likes to have 8 feet of scene above his head. I like to be more towards the top of the screen. That way it makes me look a little taller than I am. But I don't need, never mind. I don't know
I think
what
it's
I'm
really
saying.
cool. I'm actually finally taller than somebody now.
Yeah. It is kind of weird that it's
my
all...
camera is actually as high as it can go on this stand, too. I even raised it up. So I need a new stand, apparently.
I don't know that the problem is that the camera is too high. I think maybe it's... I don't think it needs to go higher. I think it needs to be lower and point up a little
That's
bit.
what I meant. That's what I meant.
Oh, so
Like,
it's the
as
lowest
far
it
as like
can go.
this way.
Gotcha. Okay. So we don't have any agenda here today.
Yeah.
The
that's
No
why
Agenda
we-
podcast? Live
That's
stream, I
right.
should say.
That's why we brought you in here, because we don't have any plans. So we just kind of hoped that you would bail us out here like I did for you on Monday.
No. I do want to thank you for bailing me out, too.
Well, it
Like,
was
sincerely, thank you.
That was a fun stream. I lurked. I
It was.
lurked during that stream while I was working and got a lot done listening to y'all, you know,
It was a good time.
chat.
And you volunteered. I didn't even have to ask you. So it did. I sincerely, it meant a lot to me.
Well, you know, that's what I
So for
do.
people that don't know, like a couple hours before the stream, I was talking to John, and I'm like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. It was a long week and a half, like dealing with floods and power outage, internet out. I was just like not feeling it. And he's like, do you need me to come bail you out? And I was like, yes, actually, I do.
That's hilarious.
How's that
So
for a YouTube
what
ego?
Bob is saying is he is thankful for John.
Hey, you know,
I guess so. It is. Yeah. Well, I forgot it's Thanksgiving.
we all have things that we can be thankful for. Today was a great day. I hope everyone out there has had a wonderful time. Hope you were able to get together with family and eat some bird and some sweet potatoes. I didn't get any sweet potatoes because my wife doesn't like sweet potatoes. It's blaspheme.
Disgusting.
Um,
Well, I don't like turkey either, but I make it.
and it was absolutely beautiful today. It was absolutely wonderful. So thank you for that. And everything else, all the sides, the big giant chunks of onion in the stuffing was
That's
that was a
because I
game
have it-
changer.
Well, when I do the stuffing in the turkey, I don't actually put stuffing in the turkey. Like your traditional stuffing, I stuff it with onions, like chunks of onions and celery and garlic and stick butter, and then just the whole entire thing, so that when the turkey's done, I take all of that good stuff out and some of the juice, and then I put your regular stuffing mix in it and mix it up and just let it sit until it's dinner time. And
It was marvelous,
So-
and nobody fell into a food coma more than you did.
I did.
It was funny.
It was-
I didn't even know she was going to be able
Oh
to
my
stream
gosh.
tonight.
Like, it was, but I was feeling bad. Like, I felt bad, and I didn't even eat that much. I don't normally eat a lot of carbs, so I had them, the mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and pasta salad and all those carb things. And afterwards, I got a headache, and I started feeling just fatigued and bad, and so I just laid down.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, and chocolate pie. I don't eat like that, so it was pretty.
Bob doesn't like pie.
Oh, he would like chocolate pie. He would like my chocolate pie.
There was
Debatable.
There was chocolate pie. I did not partake, but I did partake in the 3-layer chocolate cake.
Oh, that was.
Of course I
called,
did. It was called
3-layer
chocolate cake.
It was a certain name for it. It was homemade.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was wonderful. So I hope everyone out there had as wonderful a Thanksgiving as I did. Bob, did you get that Hungry Man in, or what did you do?
I had some meat and some vegetables
Good.
and potatoes.
There you go. That works good.
Good.
I do want to talk about a couple things here real quick that is going to be a continuation of what you and I talked about briefly on Monday, Bob.
Uh-oh.
But before I do that, I do want to mention, because it is Thanksgiving, because tomorrow is the biggest day that everybody does sales out there. We are doing a Black Friday sale, but it's actually not, we're not waiting till Black Friday. It's starting now. It's live now. 15% off everything on the site. And that goes through midnight Monday. But listen, we are not a big giant retailer that has endless inventory of everything. So if there's something on there that you want, don't dilly-dally. Get in there, get it, because there are things that we may run out of. It
No
just is the
dilly-dally.
nature of the beast.
Right. And I wanted to point out that if anybody purchases betas, they are not going to be delivered next week. We're only doing the 24-hour, the night, next day. I'm trying to say that.
But we're
Next
not
day.
shipping next week.
No,
just
I will not
because-
send them out next week, and they will go out on December 6th and 7th, and then I'm going to stop shipping them out again until after the new year. So we don't run into more issues with like the Christmas delivery, all that. So I just wanted to point that out. The betas will only go out on December 6th and 7th, and then I'm going to take off whatever is on the website or mark it as not in stock. And then when they go back up, or if I still have any, it'll probably be like the last week of December, so that you have a chance to get them. And I will get some new ones in as well, and they'll come out of quarantine by then and be put up for after the new year. So
Yeah, we've had a couple of issues happen this winter already. It's not even winter yet, is it? When's the official start of winter? I don't know when that is. We've had 2 issues, and 2 is too many. So when
But
you're
I-
dealing with live fish, it's just not worth messing with
and
right
I
now.
don't think it had anything to do with the weather. I think it had to do with the handling.
And that's the thing. It's this time of year, packages get thrown around, and it's just to ensure the fish are safe. We are going to put a hold on shipping fish. You can still buy them, and we'll take care of them until we can ship them, at least for the next few days. But we're gonna have to take a break from
Yeah.
the fish.
So
We've
no
never
fish
done
are
that
going,
before.
No fish are going out next week at all.
It'll be the week after that, yes. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, we talked about this briefly on Monday, Bob. I get the emails all the time, and I'm sure you do too, that are from companies. Typically, they're overseas. Excuse me, and they're looking to promote a product of some type, and a lot of times the emails are treating me like they're doing me the biggest favor in the world by sending me a, $6 little stupid thing or whatever. So I usually don't pay attention to those, as I'm sure you don't either, but got one, I don't know, it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe last week, who cares? It was a little bit ago, from a company that sells power stations, battery operated power stations. So almost like a battery operated generator, if you will. And this one piqued my interest because I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's something that fish keepers can use. It would be a huge help to people for power outages, for transporting fish, things like that. I said, sure, I'll do this one. And I emailed them back and I said, hey, why don't you go ahead and send me some? And they said, well, how much money do you want? I said, I don't want any money. Just send me 2 of each size. They have 1,000 watt and a 2,000 watt. I said, send me 2 of each size. This way I can use 1 of each size for my review, and then I can give away 1 of each size. And they emailed back, and I could just tell by the words in the email that the lady was like, I don't know who you think you are, but these things are a little too expensive to do that. And I hadn't even looked at it. I mean, my mentality was, they'll send me these products. I'll look at them. If I like them, if they work, I will make a video about it. Everybody will be happy. It's a great thing. If it's not, then I just won't, and they'll never send me anything again. Oh, that would be terrible. So I didn't look too much into it. I didn't read a bunch of reviews. But after she sent that email, I looked at the prices and I said, oh, okay, I get it now. They are a little pricey, a lot pricey, actually. So I was like, okay, well then, I didn't realize they were that price. Why don't you send me 2 of the 1,000 watt and 1 of the big one? And then I never heard anything back from them. And then yesterday or the day before, I don't know when it was, they sent them, and they sent all 4. They sent 2 of the small ones and 2 of the big ones. I've got it sitting here. I don't even know if I can pick it up.
It's so weird looking.
They're extremely heavy.
It looks like a battery.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Well, you know what I mean. That goes in a car.
This is one of the 2,000 watt deals. And I'm struggling to hold it here. So yeah, this is not the video about the product. Good God. Whew. That was tough. I probably shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, I will be doing a video on these. They are, so far, I mean, I've been messing around with them. They work really well. And they're going to be great for situations like what we talked about earlier. If you've got some money, because they're not cheap at all. You could buy a very nice gas-powered generator for the same cost, but it would also be extraordinarily loud, where these are silent when you plug everything into it. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. It's going to be fun. We're going to have 2 of them that we're going to give away. It's going to cost me an absolute fortune to ship them because they weigh so much. But hey, it's cost of doing business. It is what it is. I'll be doing a video on them sometime soon. The funny thing is, she emailed me yesterday and said, could you get the video out before Black Friday? Let me think about that. No, I can't.
I've given you stuff for a video from 2 months ago to put together for me, and you still haven't.
I mean, I have to, if I'm going to put my stamp on something, I've got to use it. I've got to play around with it. I've got to be able to tell you things about it. I can't do that in an hour. So yeah, be looking forward to a video about that, and also be looking forward to the giveaway about that. So that's going to be really exciting. Last thing, Bob, you look so bored, for crying out loud. Simple fish keeping. I'm so excited about this. This is a really big deal. Bob Steenfott was supposed to be a part of it, and he said, you know what? I'm too good for all that nonsense. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm kidding. Bob had a rough week last week, so he wasn't able to get them in. But there's still time, Bob, for this weekend's, if you want to get in on that.
Oh,
but
yeah, me too.
yeah, you too. This is a really exciting series. I'm having so much fun with it. I've seen other channels are now starting to put out their version of this, and it's really a lot of fun. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it was the video that I uploaded on Sunday. It's where we get a bunch of YouTubers together, not all in one room, but we get them to all answer the same question. So when you watch it, if you're interested in a particular topic, you get 10 different, or could be 8, could be 12 different points of view on that particular question. So the reason why I think this is brilliant is because you don't have to watch 12 videos. You can watch one and get it all in there. And it's really, really cool. So got some big names in there, some heavy hitters. You will not be sorry if you watch it. So lots of fun.
I thought that Fishy Vizzes was hilarious with Aquafunk in there. He really...
That was
that
priceless.
was so funny.
Yes, that was the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check it out. I've got one out now. We have one out. Primetime has one out, and Fishy Biz has one out. There's others that are supposed to be doing them too. I don't know what they're talking about, but you know, I know what they're talking about. I don't know why they haven't put them up yet, but one of these days they will.
Well, you know, it's not always easy getting people to send stuff in. I mean, people have a life. It's the holidays and it takes time. So,
Yeah.
well, it
So,
does. I totally get it. That's why I'm where I'm at right now.
So Bob, what do you have going on? We haven't heard anything from you yet today. What's happening over there in Seattle?
Well, somebody heard my dogs barking because there's something going on. It's not something interesting on my surveillance camera that I had to take care of. So that's why I muted.
Oh,
Oh.
did you have to tell somebody to get off your property?
Kinda.
Oh. No, were they just bringing you turkey?
I wish.
Oh.
But anyways, I'm back.
Other
now.
than that, what's going on?
I would like to announce that I was already one of the winners of one of those said battery backups.
Congratulations.
Oh, really?
So people out there know, I already
That is
won
amazing.
one.
Good deal.
So there's
Good
only one
job.
more.
Super happy for you.
Oh, really? Well, who was giving them away? Who was doing it?
Apparently, he's already won one of these.
Oh, I'm, you know. Yeah.
That, yeah, I actually messaged Bob the other day and said, hey, look, they came in. And he was like, oh, yeah, I better win one
I better
of
win
those.
one.
It would, let me tell you something. When I go to however it is that I do the giveaway, I'm not going to pick the winner. It's going to be picked randomly or whatever. If you are the winner, I'm going to still have to say no. I can give you the email address to the lady, but
You're terrible.
I mean,
but-
because it would be too
Jeez.
rigged. It shows up to his house, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh,
I already put the vibe, like the universe has already accepted that I'm going to win one. So you can't deny it now.
you know, I guess what we'll have to see is the response from the people here. Let's see what they say. If you all think Bob should get one of these, then I'll send it to him. I don't care. Doesn't make me a difference who gets it and who doesn't. But you know,
You're so
if you think
funny.
Bob should be one of the ones that gets them, I'll send it. I don't care.
Well, he should definitely be able to be in the drawing.
Dude
Well,
has
there you go.
never
mean-
even sent me a shirt. We've bought hoodies. I mean, never even sent me a shirt, and I'm supposed to send him a $1,500. I didn't pay for it, but still. Yeah, that's right, folks. You heard that correctly. The big one, I think, is like $1,500. They are extremely expensive, and I'm not going to keep that secret in the video. It's like, hey, you know, this thing is pricey, but
Sort of like how the lights were that time.
yeah, we got a lot of very positive comments about that.
I do want to say this, just because something has a really high price tag on it, though, doesn't mean it's the best out there. I mean, in my opinion, when it
It's
comes to products, I'm not saying what he's talking about or the lights or whatever. I'm just talking about any product in particular. I've always been the kind of person that likes to be open-minded. Just because it has the highest price tag doesn't mean it's the best product. So
Facts are facts.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. I mean, you can get very, very good stuff that's not costing you an arm and a leg. But hey, I think these are going to be good. It took a long time to charge it up. It took almost like
Well, I can
12
tell you
hours.
what, even at $1,500, if I had a power outage and I lost all my fish, it's going to be way more than $1,500 in fish.
That's true. I mean, I don't know if a 2,000 watt unit could run an entire fish room.
Mine it would, because everything on mine is sponge filter. So,
Okay, so you're just hooking
So-
up a pump and
and the cool thing is,
Yeah.
you can like hook other stuff in your house up to it. It even says you could hook the AC up to it.
I mean, it would drain the battery really fast. But yeah, I mean, you could plug anything in it that has a plug, but it will. I mean, you plug the refrigerator in it, or an air conditioner, or a space heater. It's going to drain it out pretty fast. You might get a few hours out of it, though. I mean,
It didn't say that on there though.
well, yeah, that's kind of how it works. It's a battery, and Anyway, I just sounded very condescending there. I just sounded like a mansplainer there.
You mansplainer.
I don't know.
So
But see, I've got this one, this small little one,
okay,
$279, and it'll run my air pump for 3 days.
really
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
nice. And see that's what I'm going to be telling people with this when I do the video on it. It's like, if your power goes out and there's the threat that it's going to be out for 7 days, don't run everything. You don't need to run your lights. You don't need to, run your filter or your air pump or whatever it is that's running your fish room. If you have heaters, aquarium heaters, you can get quite a few of them plugged into this.
But if it's hot out,
If it's hot out, then yeah, you
need
ain't
a
got to
heater
worry about
anyway.
that either. Even if the temperature drops a few degrees, it's not that big of a deal. But if it's in the middle of winter and you want to run your aquarium heaters and stuff, this thing I would imagine would run a full aquarium for quite a while, even with the heater and everything on it. But you don't need your lights and all that kind of stuff. Just bare bones, life support until you get through the power outage. Anyway, it's enough about that. I'm going to do a whole video about it, and that'll be fun. It's not going to be a Sunday video. It'll be a Tuesday video, and it will not be done before Black Friday, obviously. So what are we going to talk about here today? I guess we have some super chats. Might
I
as well
think we
do.
need to, I think some people.
And a
Whips World.
new member.
Yep. Whips World says, Happy Thanksgiving. John and Lisa didn't say it to Bob, just us. Just wanted to say how much I appreciate having you two in my YouTube life and all the
Aw.
content you've provided.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. And we have been very fortunate to have you two. So thank you so much for that. And it's not because you sent money. It's because you're a cool guy and you look
Yes.
like Zach Wild. Ginger Grumble, thanks for bailing out Bob. I did say that, but it was more like I'm not bailing him out. It's more like, hey, you need a little pick me up. I can come on there with you and we can chop it up and we can make fun of each other and we can have a good old time. And we did. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. Jeff H. pooped on us like he always does. Paul McCarthy became a member, but he's been a member. Maybe he took a break. I don't know. He came back. Bob's drinking a alcohol beer. Look
Yeah,
at that.
He doesn't drink.
It's root beer, isn't it? Nice. But you look cool. You look like a grown man drinking a beer out of the bottle like that. Killer
Okay.
Kitty 08.
So, anyways,
I didn't mean for that to get weird. I'm not a professional streamer here, folks. Killer Kitty 08 with the how's it going, kitty?
Aw.
Always with the kitty. I wonder why. Thank you so much
I like kitty.
for that. Ricky Forver, I think that's how he said that we say it. I got to be honest with you, Ricky. For whatever reason, this is what happened with Whips World. I saw Whips World's avatar really little on my computer screen, and I immediately thought he looked like Zach Wild. You, Ricky, with the little teeny tiny avatar, you look like Billy Joel. That's not an insult. He's one of my absolute all-time favorite musicians. So that is a compliment to you, my friend. Thank you for delivering us a steaming hot pile of feces. Daryl Scott, Bob promised us special guests, and we got the best ones.
Aw.
We are apparently guests for Bob now. That is awesome.
You're
This
my
is Bob's
guest.
stream now. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daryl. Furloughs Aquatics. Happy Thanksgiving, John and Lisa. And to that weird bearded guy on the right. And then he said, just kidding, but he's not. He's telling the truth.
Aw. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Eric, and tell Dory hi.
Absolutely. Rico Stan, happy Thanksgiving, you too. And I guess Bob got that Bob guy too.
Aw. Tell Michelle hi too, Rico. Happy Thanksgiving. Michelle Stan.
Michelle Stan. Ligate 12, you should hit up Caveman Aquatics for the series. He's almost as awesome as you guys. No, that's not true. He is just as awesome as we are. I've seen quite a few of his videos. It's a guy I've never met.
He's an African cichlids.
Yes.
That's cool.
And if I have never had a conversation with somebody, or I've never had any kind of communication with them at all, I always feel weird, like, hey, do this favor for me. But I do know that others that are making videos in this series have reached out to him, and I think he is going to be doing those with them. I am absolutely not opposed to him being a part of mine, because I think he does a great job, but I don't know him. So that's that. Melissa Jaswald, happy Thanksgiving, Lisa. Not me, just you. I haven't had your cooking, but you are a better cook than my sis-in-law.
Well, maybe next year you can come to our house. You can have Thanksgiving with us.
I'm telling y'all, I would have paid big money for that meal today.
We have so much left over because when I cook, I don't think, like, I just cook so much.
It's a good problem to have. It's a very good problem to have. Manes, tails, fur, and fins. Probably the first time I've ever said that right, because I was looking at it and reading it as I said it. Happy Thanksgiving, John, Lisa, and Bob. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
You know what, Jess? If you're still on here, I just found a picture that we did. We took a selfie the night before, or the last night of Aquashella, and I found it of all three of us. Can you see it?
Not me.
Wrong
no,
person.
move it.
No, it was me, Jess, and Shanna.
We couldn't see it because it was off to
It
the
was
side.
just you and Shanna.
And Jess.
Now move it this way. There you go.
There.
Yeah, nice. There we are.
We were so cute.
Yeah, that was a difficult time for me at that event, because that was when we were invited to go to the bar at the hotel, which was a very nice bar, and they had on the giant screen that was like 12 feet wide the Dallas Cowboy football game. And for a moment, I forgot that I was in Dallas, Texas, and I started getting really upset when they did good things, because as a Washington fan, I was born to despise anything and everything Cowboys. And then I realized, maybe I ought to not talk the way I am, because I am in a room full of Cowboy fans. So
That we're drinking.
that ended real fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. Jeff H, happy Turkey Day, KGT community. John, you got me. John, you got me. Ellen and I busted a gut at your message in our
remember
last
that.
order. Very well done. Ellen put a pic. Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. on the TikTok group.
He sends the poop emoji every week, and it's just become routine. I say, Jeff H pooped on us, because that's what he does. So I printed out a poop emoji on a big shipping label, and I stuck it on the inside of his box, so when he opened it up, I said, I got to poop on you this time. So that was fun. Yes, I'm glad you got a kick out of that. Stephen P 2003, I won't say it. Happy Thanksgiving. Drifting in and out of a brownie pie induced sleep. Bob, how's that sound to you? Brownie pie.
Brownie pie sounds good. I answered for you.
Well, okay. I was gonna go a different way, but reminds me more of like a cow pie,
Ooh.
Oh.
brownie pie, cow pie.
I think Stephen P might have a little stomach ache now that you've said that. Thanks a lot. Bob, it was absolutely priceless in Dallas. Stephen P came down there. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's brilliant. He makes very good videos. And Lisa brought him up on stage for our live stream that was on the Aquashella channel. And that poor guy was miserable. I mean, he looked like he was going to vomit, which would have made me punch him in his face.
Oh, no.
As much as I like him, I would have gotten violent if he did that. He was just like he didn't know what to do. It was priceless. But I love that guy. And if you haven't seen his, what was the song called that he did?
The guppy. No,
The library.
It was
But
just
it's
so
libraries?
funny.
Libraries or just guppies?
Well, I don't remember, but he did a song, a rap song, and it was probably the best video I've ever seen on YouTube.
Yeah, it's about guppies.
Is it? Well, yeah, it's about a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, I love that.
And then there's a clean version of it too.
You don't want to watch the clean version. That's for babies.
Unless you're little and you're like under 18, and you shouldn't be on anyways because your parents aren't supervising. So.
Okay, mommy.
I'm just saying.
Tactical Jackalope, it was great meeting you and Jason at Aquashella. I'd love to see Peck Tech on sometime. You can go way back on my channel and you'll see a stream that I had Peck Tech on. I would have him on anytime because unlike Bob, when he comes on, I actually gain subscribers. But Bob loses me a lot of subscribers. Our business has almost been terminated a couple of times when Bob comes on as a guest. But he's my friend.
It costs you a lot to have me on here, for sure.
It does.
Yeah. We just like to take risks.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
risk taker.
not going to let anybody tell me that I can't have my friend Bob on.
We do what we want.
At least I act like he's my friend just because he has a lot of subscribers. That's all I really care about.
You're so full of it.
Sean Damon.
You're like, Bob is such
I
a
literally
good
said that this morning. I was
friend.
like, well, I have to go on his stream because he has a lot of subscribers.
No, Bob knows he's my friend. And I mean, at least when the cameras are on, he is. Sean Damon, happy Thanksgiving, John and Lisa and Bob. Love what y'all do for the hobby. I must have MTS. Just got my 8th tank for my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I've set it up and running with Jack Dempsey's pair of convict cichlids and a baby tiger Oscar. Bravo. I am giving you a round of applause, not only because tomorrow is your birthday, but also because you picked some really cool fish. The convicts, yeah, fine. They're great. They're good. The Dempseys, yes. And of course I love the Oscars. Even I love, let's talk the rest of the stream about Oscars. I think Bob would love that. Can we do that, Bob?
Your gigantic head is blocking my favorite Oscar. There he is.
There
The
you go.
red one, that's the only one I like.
See, me too. See?
The other two are jerks.
So we had a surprise in that tank yesterday.
No, I posted it.
Um,
I posted it on Instagram. I don't think it's that big of a surprise because there's like 700 and something likes, so a lot of people already know.
okay, I got to see what's going on here because... okay, never mind. Our Severums spawned yesterday.
No, it's a couple of days ago.
A couple days ago. In that tank. And they're
looks
over
like
there.
they
You can't see them, but they're like right on the other side of the camera. I have to move.
Didn't you
my
upload
whole-
a short to your channel showing him?
I
Yeah,
did.
she did.
Me.
With who's that? Who sings that song? This is how we do it. What's that song?
I've never done a short. It's the first time I ever did one. So I was
Montel
like,
Jordan.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it
Thank
is,
you.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. I mean, in there with all those big dogs, and but they're not there anymore. I don't know if
They were this morning, but like she's over there still acting like she wants to have them there, though. She's still. Yeah.
it's unfortunate that we can't really do anything with it. I mean, I suppose I don't know. We could do something.
Right now, there's a lot. We've got a lot going on.
The Congos could go somewhere. Now we're not going to do it.
The Oscars are starting to act like that too now.
That I'm
The two
sending you some of
jerks?
those, Bob. If the Oscars do it, I'm sending you some.
Oh,
4 or 5
And I'll
fry.
forward them right to Dan's Fish so he can sell them.
Oink Master Supreme Forever 5-month-old Beta Boy. I don't know why I said Beta Boy. Beta Boy seems small in size but making nests. Try papahood or wait. And I ordered 4 mystery snail clutches in the mail.
Oh.
Do you want some when they're born?
aw. I have my own.
Yeah, we can't take in a bunch of extra fish, but just because the fish is making a nest doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a successful stud. But why not try? I mean, the cool thing is you can try it out and you'll know almost right away if it's going to work or not. If he's going to terrorize that female, then separate him and let him get a little bit more mature.
Yeah, definitely keep a close eye on that situation because sometimes the males can terrorize the females. You've got to have patience and time and really pay attention. Don't just leave them there and walk away and go back 2 days later to see if anything happened. Keep a close eye on them.
Yes, indeed. We have no agenda here today, folks. Because it's Thanksgiving and we're just having a good time. We didn't want to miss the stream. So get your questions in. If you have Thanksgiving questions, if you have questions for Bob, just highlight or just say Bob, or you could do the whole @Steenfod Aquatics thing. And would that show up orange in yours, Bob, if they did that?
It does. I've been answering questions. Yep.
Oh,
Okay. Haven't heard you answering
no,
any.
he's
But,
been
chat.
doing it in chat.
okay. Well,
Because
feel free
you talk
to
a lot, so when
feel
you
free to interrupt.
when you talk a lot, people can actually type in chat.
Honestly, you type it into chat.
I have before.
Why don't you take over? Have at it. Let's see how it goes.
Right now, I'm just interrupting you, and it's more fun.
So get your questions in for Bob. Don't ask me questions because I don't know the answers. Just send them in to Bob or to Lisa Marie. I will be the question deliverer, and that way we can have ourselves a good old time here tonight. This is just a laid-back, fun little hanging out thing. And to be honest, Bob has not been talking enough. So, Stir Fry Guy says, Bob,
feel like I've
you
been
are
talking too
my
much.
favorite.
It's only because I like stir fry,
Oh,
I mean, who doesn't?
stir fry's good.
and I like stir fry guy, so
Oh,
it's a win-win.
cool.
So many places I could go with that. Why is it that at a Mexican restaurant it's called fajita, but anywhere else it's stir fry? Same
What?
thing.
I thought, really?
I mean, it's the same thing, right? When you go to a Mexican restaurant, Bob, do you get stir fry? Do you stir fry? Do you get fajitas?
No, I get steak,
Oh,
Steak fajitas?
carne asada,
All right.
carne asada,
I'm a burrito
flank
guy.
steak. It's flank steak,
Okay. See, Fisherman
and
Fever
it's
knows.
super good.
I get bean burritos because I don't eat meat.
Fisherman Fever knows how this whole thing works. He said, John doesn't talk a lot. He just avoids dead air. Thank you, James. That's the whole point. I don't like this. Let me find another question. I can't stand that. Bob does that a lot, and it drives me crazy. It's,
Gosh,
Mhm.
you're so rude.
Like I go that takes up like half of my stream, so it's like I only have to come up with half the content.
Oh, that's true.
when you get fajitas, they give you rice and tortillas. Sure. But I'm saying the contents. Anyway.
I like the onions and the peppers and all that they cut up and I love the veggies. Super good.
Got a 110 gallon tall running an FX4 and 2 medium sponge filters. Do you think that's enough moderately stocked? Yes. Absolutely. I think
I
the
concur.
FX4 by itself would be enough. We've got an FX4 on 125 gallon with 10 a bunch of discus and rummy nose, and they're perfectly fine. They're breeding. They're great. So, yeah, you are.
They're getting angry with each. Ooh, they're
Oh,
attacking your Oscar, the jerk.
The Severums are getting bold. I'm telling you. They're like, hey, y'all are in our place now.
Dang.
All right, here I go. See, I'm going to do it this time. Thank you for the advisement about my beta. I've never had a baby beta, and he seems tiny still, but is gorgeous. John, you have many answers. Do not undervalue your knowledge you bestow to us.
Aw, that's
very nice
so
of you.
Nice.
That's very nice of you. Oink. I'm going to call him Oink. It might be a girl. I don't know. Is Oink
It
Master?
is.
Oink Master is a female? Well, then
Probably don't want to call her Oink.
I definitely would rather not do that. So thank you so much for that. And that's the problem with
Although
names
she
like
named
that.
herself Oink Master, so maybe she does want to be called Oink.
Yeah, I mean,
She's the master Oink, the boss.
no canister filter for same person here. The one that we're not going to call Oink Master anymore. No canister filter for a 45-gallon hex tank with split lid.
Dead air.
That's a statement. That's not a question. No canister. Maybe it's like, is there no canister for the filter? There certainly is. I don't know if that's what you're asking. You seem to be dominating our stream tonight, and that's a beautiful thing. Sure there is. There are the smaller marine lands. Well, yeah, there are the marine lands. There are the Fluval 7 series. Something like a 407 might be a bit much for that. 307. Yeah, look up the 07 series for Fluval if that's what you're asking. Like, is there such thing as a canister? Yeah, they make little canister filters. They're adorable. Kendra Crippen, y'all can contribute whenever y'all want. Thankful for all three of y'all. How to tell how sturdy / how much weight old, thick, clunky entertainment center can hold.
Shake.
I get on top of it and start jumping on it.
Just shake it back and forth.
It's one of those things that it's, boy, you know what? Whenever I've put
I don't want to answer that because I don't want to say it'll hold 125 and then have it crashing down on you.
right,
Right.
whenever I have put an aquarium on a piece of furniture, I've just gone with my gut. It's like, all right, that thing's moving a little bit. That's not. I don't feel good about that. If the piece of furniture takes 4 people to move it, and it's sitting there like a tank, no pun intended, it could probably handle whatever you want to put on it. But I agree with Bob. You did not just get advised by me that you can put a 6-foot aquarium on your entertainment center. If it is a particle board, entertainment center that you bought from Target, I would think again about
No IKEA.
right. Yeah, that's about as much as I'm going to say about that. Fish fan 20-gallon long. If money was no object, what fish would you want to have? I hate that question. How dare you ask that question? You know why?
Yeah, because money is no object to John. Duh.
Oh, no, that's definitely not true. It's because everybody knows the answer.
It's going to be a...
Asian arowana.
Yeah. I was just trying to think
So
of the right
why
one.
ask me that, fish fan 20-gallon long? Why do that to me? It's mean. But
Maybe he was asking everyone on the panel, not
I would be
just you.
glad to
Yeah.
hear you two answer that. And then you know what? I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to give you an answer to that. But I'm going to let y'all answer first.
Mine is Bentachromis tricotti. It's not. They're about $200 a piece, so they're not crazy expensive. They're just super rare, hard to get.
I think, like, just a Molly.
Someone super chat her $1 so she can buy a Molly.
Such an amazing contributor.
Dalmatian Mollies. I'd like to have a tank of Dalmatian Mollies.
I told y'all she wasn't feeling well, right?
What's wrong with that? Why again? does it have to be the most expensive fish? Why
Because
can't it
his
just be a cool
question
fish?
was, if money was no object.
Okay, well, money isn't an object for mollies then. So it can be a cool fish. Molly.
All right. I was thinking about this the other day.
But really good mollies, you know.
Really good ones. The ones that are like $1.50.
The $3 ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. I've always fantasized about having the stupid big tank for arowanas and things like that. I think I've changed, though, because these daggone things right here have kind of changed the game for me. And I was thinking about it yesterday. Probably the coolest thing that there could ever be would just be a massive tank. It doesn't have to be as big as the tank would be for arowanas, but like maybe double the size of that one, and just have a bunch of bikers in it. All the different types, and a couple. Just do like all males. So, I mean, I don't even know if they can be bred in aquariums. I've never heard of anybody doing it. But even put some of the smaller Senegals in there, the ornates, the Lapradis, the Endleys, all of them. I think that would be amazing. And that would cost a lot of money because bikers are not cheap. So that's what I would do. Today, that's what I would do. Tomorrow, it'll probably be black diamond stingrays. I don't know.
I thought you wanted like a pond of Oscars. Didn't
See
you
that,
say you wanted a pond
but that's
of Oscars?
Oscars are like $8 a piece. So
And
that's
a pond of Comets?
I would love a pond of comets.
That would be really cool.
I would love that.
Just go to Petco and be like, you know what? I want all of your feeder fish, and then take
I would
and
love
stick
to
them
do
in
that.
a pond that is on your property that will go nowhere, and you know any other waterway or anything like that.
Yeah, that I would love to do that with a pond. Absolutely. What I'm talking about, though, a pond would be the worst thing because looking at bikers from above is just not good. That's not fun. So a pond full of comet goldfish, you're looking down on them, and that's cool. But bikers, that would be terrible. So it has to be an aquarium like this where you have the visible panel and you just got all the bikers laying around. Some of them are active like mine. And so,
That'd be
not
fun.
the pond. A pond of bikers would be a no.
It's sort of like it'd be like having a pond of stingrays. You're not even going to see them if they're down there.
Yeah, it has to be a pond that's not even really a pond. It's just an aquarium that's so big that it's sitting on the ground like Joey's. 2,000 gallons, but it's on the ground. And it's glass panels so you can see the
Yeah.
stingrays. That would be
That's
perfectly fine.
different, yeah, but not like a pond outside.
No. Bob, you already answered that, and you said a fish that I don't even know what it is.
It's a Lake Tanganyika cichlid.
All right.
It's a featherfin, type of featherfin.
Okay.
So it's really long lyre tails. Oh, it's actually right behind me, right behind my head.
But oh,
very nice.
Okay, I see. It's a cool fish.
Is that a Scales? Is that a Sam Scales drawing? I can't see the signature. It doesn't
Yep.
look like. Is it?
Yep.
I don't think I have that sticker still. We got to hang out with Sam in Dallas. That guy's a lot of fun. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him one day. If I ever go to.
I did not
Aquashow.
know he was going to be there, and he just showed up, and it was very cool. Love Sam.
Oh, that is a cool fish. I see it now. Because mine, everything is like way behind. So I just saw him put the picture up.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Leslie Perry, thank y'all for spending Thanksgiving with us. Thank you for spending it with us. Because we're here, regardless. The fact that you show up, that's what makes it special. So thank you. Liz, I'm not going to do it. Happy Thanksgiving, John and Lisa. Question for you. Let's say a fish died of dropsy. What would you do to disinfect the filter, heater, plants, rocks, etc., so they could be used again in another tank?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't consider dropsy a disease.
Yeah, I wouldn't
contagious.
disinfect for dropsy.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I wouldn't be worried about it.
Yeah, that's more organ failure type of situation.
I
stuff
think
happening.
the one thing that would make me want to tear everything down and disinfect would be like columnaris. That's how I say it. You know, something like.
Now, certainly some of these diseases could, like dropsy is a symptom of something else. So it may be worthwhile, but I've never done it for dropsy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're in a situation, Liz, where you've had, like, it seems like every fish you put in there dies of dropsy.
That's a different situation.
Drops of divesy. Then
Dopsy?
that's what I almost said it. I almost mixed it up. Dives of dropsy. Drives of, you know what I'm saying. If I had a situation, doesn't matter what the disease is, if I had a situation where I felt like no matter what I was going to put in the aquarium, it was going to end up dying and I needed to disinfect things, I wouldn't be afraid of using bleach. A very, very heavily diluted bleach to clean off the things and let it sit for a month to completely dry out, rinse it out really, really good, and then start things back up again. But that would be in like severe situations. I'm not going to do that because I had ick in the tank. I mean, it's got to be something more serious than that. Sean Damon had my electric blue Acaras had their first batch of eggs and hatched.
Cool. That's
Had fry
awesome.
for about 2 weeks. Then they all, I should have moved them, disappeared. Got the words mixed up a little bit there. That is unfortunate, Sean, and I feel bad for you. But you know what? Here's the thing. Now you know they're good parents. They can do it, and they can do it successfully. And you know that when your fry are a few days old and they're scurrying around the tank and they can find their own food and all that, you pull them out of there, and then that won't happen again. So there you go.
Cool.
Easy solution and a great excuse to set up another tank. Fishroom Fever, using my free super chat to finance Lisa's dream of a Molly.
Thank you.
But the reason why that's funny is because he
They're
paid
not-
no money.
Yeah, and they're not expensive to begin with, so yeah, I get it. It's the thought that counts, Sean. It's the thought.
I don't think Mollies get enough love.
I know.
I like Mollies.
I prefer platies.
I like platies too. I like them all.
Yeah, the community fish.
Bob, do you have fish that you don't like?
Oh.
Don't say
Like
Oscars.
currently?
I will disconnect you from
like
the
in
stream.
general, or
An
fish that are
Oscar.
currently in my fish room?
Yeah, in your fish room.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine.
Yeah.
Or fish that let's put it to you this way. If somebody came to you and said, I've got this fish, I want to give it to you, you would say, nah, that's all right.
If it needed a home, though.
There is one, and I can't remember the name. It's from Africa, but it's not an African cichlid. I want to say
Is it the jewels?
like a jewel cichlid. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I had one of those
Okay.
things, and that was the worst fish I've ever kept in my life. Just a total butthead, killing fish, ripping up plants, like whatever he could do to cause mayhem. That's what he did.
Okay.
You remember
Yeah.
when we were getting a bunch of tanks and stuff in the beginning and setting up our fish room in the garage way back when we first started? We got a tank that we had to take the fish with it, and there was jewels in there, and I was like, ew.
It was a Craigslist deal. They were breeders too. They were spawning and
They look good.
yeah, they're beautiful fish. I mean, we didn't have they weren't a bad, like they were in a tank by themselves though, so they didn't have the
just
opportunity to
weren't
wreak havoc.
They weren't the fish that was on my mind that I wanted to have at the time. It was basically all African cichlids, like peacocks and haps. Like that was the fish on my mind at the time. Like this one just didn't fit in with what I wanted. So
Yeah.
So I quickly want to point out, BJ Palmer says, I keep trying to send a super chat. Is it turned off tonight? And I noticed the little dollar sign is not on my chat either. That's kind of weird.
I don't know.
Clearly, it's on for
Yeah.
a lot of people.
But you know what, BJ, I appreciate it, but it's okay. You don't have to worry about it. Bob's going to see your your thing in the chat, and I'm looking now. I don't usually look at the chat, and it's because I get too distracted. I have a difficult enough time staying on track. So I wait for her to find them, and I do the super chats or whatever, because I'll go all over the place if I'm looking at the chat. But today's different because we're just hanging out here. It's fun, and we're having a good old time. I did not answer the question because I can't think of one. I don't know of a fish that if somebody came to me and said, you're the only one I know that has a big enough tank for my gulper catfish, I'd be like, come on, man. No. Or red-tailed catfish. Gulper catfish are really ugly, but they're so ugly that that's what makes them cool. Red-tailed cats are gorgeous fish, but I don't want one in that tank. I just don't. Yeah. And it wouldn't go in that tank. First of all, the tank's not big enough, and second of all, it'd be messing with the bikers, and no, I don't want that. Right. But I don't hate those fish. Gulper catfish I could do without, but I can't tell you I will never in my lifetime ever have a red-tailed cat, because I could. If I'm ever in a position where I could have a tank that is big enough to house a fish like that, and I could show, hey, this is how you have to do it if you want one of these, I could see myself doing that. So it's probably not a smart idea for me to even bring that fish up. Pro tip, if you put a piece of Gorilla Tape over the surface skimmer on your Seachem Tidal filter, it becomes the best filter ever. EVAR. So listen, Cornish Fish and Game. I was just breaking your balls there about the way you spelled ever. You probably have fat thumbs like I do. You're right. I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm not going to call that a pro tip, because I like the skimmer, and I don't think it improves the performance of that filter if you cover the skimmer. I understand that there are some situations where the skimmer is not the best solution for your particular tank, but I ain't going to cover that thing up, because if you ask me, I think it has the exact opposite effect on that, and it will bring more in from the bottom, sure, but I think it would actually hamper the performance of the tank. But you know what's a beautiful thing, Cornish Fish and Game? We can disagree and we can still be friends, right? That's fun.
Nope.
Except for Bob. Whips World, Lisa's Molly Fund, $2. You have enough to buy 2 mollies now.
I can get 2 mollies.
Chappie says, what a cool avatar. Did you see that avatar on Chappie? I like it. Well, folks, enjoy your evening. Happy Thanksgiving and all that. Time to go back to work. Daggone it, Chappie. I am so sorry you have to work tonight.
Aww.
My daughter had to work all day today, and it's like, come on. That's just mean. Tactical Jackalope. Is it possible to jerry rig a CJ Micra or Micra Plus as a power head for a sponge filter? I don't think I would do that because they're not power heads. And those filters are like the opposite of power heads. So you know what, Tactical Jackalope? I'm going to say no.
No.
Flat out, absolutely not. Do you got anything?
I'm just listening to
Okay.
you.
Well, I don't like
I'm
you
just
listening to me. Bob, you can jump in whenever you want.
Well,
Okay,
I see
good
some
for both
people
of
in
you.
here that we could say hi to. I see Kenny from Danikin Aquatics, and there's Fisher and Fever, there's Boss Aquatics, BJ Palmer, Melissa Jeswald. I mean, there's Mary Paige Flynn, and I mean, so many people are in here that we could say hi to. Kay Walker, and I mean, Scott's Aquatics. I met him at Keystone Clash. You have to think about these things.
Wait a minute. We have to call YouTube because BJ Palmer said it was a $5 million super chat.
Oh, that might be why.
So
Let me
that's
see
why
if
it
I-
didn't work.
Yeah.
Let me call
500,
Sergey.
500 is the max.
Oh, got it.
I'm going to call Sergey right now and see what's happening. Wouldn't that be fun?
But anyways.
Who's Sergey, Bob? Come on.
Huh? One of the loser co-founders of Google.
Oh.
And his partner is who? He writes your paycheck every month. Come on.
I'm sure he doesn't even know I exist.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know I exist either. He has no idea we are broadcasting on his website
We
right now.
are writing his paycheck, my friend.
We're making him a
Not
whole
the
lot
other
more
way
money
around.
than he's making us. That's, yeah, you're
Exactly.
absolutely right. It is Larry Page and Sergey Brin, by the way.
They work for us.
It's true.
Not the other way around.
I make the joke all the time. I'm going to call Larry and Sergey. It's fun. But
Real Madrid fan is here too. Hi.
see, you can do that whenever you want. I mean, you're not afraid to interrupt me.
I know, it's
So
so
you
much
just-
fun.
you
And
just-
the Zen Gender. Oh, and you know what? Guess what? It's Mary Page's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy
Wow, you guys have
birthday.
the same birthday? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I'm like 295 now.
So I'm just going to do this. Now it's just the two of you.
What? Oh,
'Cause I have to
talk
go pee.
about, Talk about putting somebody on the spot.
Now you're the host.
Oh crap! He does that stuff to me. So, anyways, so let me find. I hate it when he does that. All right. So I have a question, but it's for at KG Tropicals. But anyways, Cameron Hardesty asks, what small community fish would you recommend for a 75-gallon tank? Well, I can tell you what I've done. I've had some purple emperor let me try that again. Some purple emperor tetras in a 75-gallon. I had like a whole bunch of them. I picked them up from Rachel O'Leary, and they were beautiful. And then I put some Cory cats in there too. The first round of Cory cats. The second round took out everything, but the first round of Cory cats were really cute, and they would, do their thing on the bottom, and the tetras would go back and forth, and they look so pretty. But it's an idea. You don't have to do that. There's a lot of other things like rummy nose tetra and Harlequin rasboras, and those are two that
All the rasboras.
yeah, and mollies are cute. Just saying. Yeah.
Oinkmaster Supreme Forever with a $2 super chat says, sit it on us, cray cray or cool tank mates? I say both. They are crazy and cool tank mates.
Oh, you're back.
Lisa keeps looking at me like,
I forgot.
What's happening here?
You're not on here. I forgot. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, it's my birthday again. But yeah.
let's see, when I put myself back on here, I'm going to be on the wrong side now.
Oh, Carlos, I've been smiling. Just smile. See? There.
Taking them
BJ
all off.
Palmer said Mary Page became a grandma yesterday too. Oh, congratulations. It's always fun being a grandma. I became a grandma for the second time in July. So it's a lot of fun because you can take them and play with them and hold them and feed them and burp them and do all that and say, here you go.
Give
when
'em
they
back.
start crying and, but I have a lot of fun with my grandkids. They're
Pump them full of
amazing.
candy and send them home.
I love doing that. Like, I'll buy cookies and sugary stuff, and I do that all the time. And it's super funny because the other day I was in the grocery store and I had this gentleman come up to me in the juice aisle, and he said, do you have small children at home? And I was like, that's so sweet that he would ask me that. And I said, well, I have grandkids. And he said, well, do you know if they make sugar-free juice? Because my daughter-in-law said I had to pick up sugar-free juice for the grandkids for Thanksgiving. And I said, I don't know. I get the sugar stuff for my grandkids because they don't stay at my house. And he just kind of laughed at me. So I hope he found that sugar-free.
Bob, how old
Yes.
are your grandkids now?
What?
What?
If Lisa has a birthday every day, you now have grandkids.
Sure. I certainly pay for a lot of kids, that's for sure.
Strange. And then there's a symbol that I don't know what it means. Picked up a 4-year-old.
Is this strange?
Maybe it means strange,
Sure.
which would make the name strange.
Strange.
Maybe the name is Strange Symbol.
You know, I went to a place called Strange's yesterday, and it's a nursery in Richmond, and they sell plants. And I got 4 caletheas that I hadn't ever owned before. I was so excited about that. And then I got, okay, let me say this the right way, because I have a whole bunch of string of hearts, but these are called heartless string of hearts, and they're the cutest plant ever. So I just thought I would share that with you since you brought up the name Strange.
What movie is this from? Strange. It's Doctor. Mr. No.
Ruined it.
I did ruin it.
Is it Doctor Strange?
Okay, Mr. Doctor. It's strange. Maybe. Who am I to judge? What movie is that from?
Is it Doctor Strange?
You haven't even seen that movie, so you're not allowed to guess.
It's just common sense. You just gave away the answer.
No, you gave away the answer.
You said the answer because you messed up saying
This is why you're all here watching this for this right now.
He calls him Mr. Doctor, and then he says, it's strange. Maybe. Who am I to judge?
You gave it away the first time you butchered it. But anyways, Strange has a $10 super chat waiting.
Picked up a 4-year-old red Oscar with hole in the head. I've completed treatment with API General Cure. Craters still deep. Any recommendations on continued care? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Bob, you're probably better at this than me. I think the craters stay. I don't think they go away.
They heal.
They heal, but they're
Yeah.
still craters.
So if it's still like gross, I've only had hole in the head once, and the only thing I didn't treat it with anything. I just made sure the water was super clean and that they had super healthy food. So no crappy food.
I've had to heal an Oscar before, but not because of hole in the head. And just the healing process took a while, but it was the like every day water changes, making sure that water is super clean. And I added salt, and I did use some General Cure. But just the keeping the water clean was the most important thing with healing that Oscar. And it took a couple months, and he was raw too. Like
He looked like a fillet. It was terrible.
Yeah, and it was from those Red Devils.
And he had hole in the head too, eventually, and it just never really goes away. Like Bob said, it heals, but it's still, they
It's
don't
like a
go back to
scar.
perfect, right?
Like, you know, like I have this scar on my cheek that I know it's kind of silly to compare to hole in the head, but
Technically, you have hole in the head.
stop. So like I had a scar on my face, I guess, from when I was born or whatever, and it's like a little teeny dent. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Almost everyone has those. It's usually from chicken pox.
Oh, you know what? That is what it was from. Chicken pox from when I was a baby. Duh. Anyway.
Oh, and by the way, folks, it is the movie Doctor Strange. It is Doctor Strange.
I knew it, and I never even watched it.
I know. She hasn't seen it, which makes it unfair. There's people saying Endgame and 50 Shades of Grey. Nope. I wouldn't know. Maybe they say that in that movie. I haven't seen that one. But no, it is Doctor Strange. Mads Mikkelsen says that. I'm not going
So
to say
back
it again.
to the hole in the head.
I'm
So
just-
the
I'm-
reason
yeah.
how I got rid of it, obviously, was just washing my face. Keeping it clean.
So you're saying wash the Oscar's face?
No, keep the water clean.
Keep the water
Oh.
clean. And I don't disagree with treating with General Cure. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
Help them get over it and get over it faster. Keep that water super clean, but don't be completely shocked if there's some remnants of it there. But if it's a big gaping hole that's like gnarly and looks like the brains are going to start leaking out, then we need to keep treating it. Daryl Scott with the 99 cents, nothing else attached to it, just that. Discus Talk says, Happy Thanksgiving to you. What with a cool name you could get along with that person
Daryl
quite well.
Daryl Scott said, "Just making sure super chats are working."
Oh,
Oh, sweet.
that is a very kind way of verifying that, Daryl. Thank you so much for that. And Linda
And you got a new
Crack
member.
became a new member. How about
Oh,
that?
cool.
There you go. Fry.
Well, they're all fry because once I started the tiers thing and then went back to only having one. It's like you have to have one, so they're all fries.
How rude.
Did you get pie today, Bob?
No.
That was somebody asking in the chat.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
So I mean, we're completely caught up with the chat.
Well, here's a silly question. Stink the man asked, how do I get my cherry shrimp to stop dying in a 5-gallon with Oscars?
Yeah, he's been trolling all night.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You know, you get those people. They have fun. They're enjoying themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And Fish Room Fever agrees with me. Yes, you must wash the Oscars face daily and apply a high-quality charcoal mask.
Ha! I told you.
Yeah.
KG Tropicals. The symbol is the Chinese character for strange. So the user's name is Strange.
I love it.
Huh.
That's
You
great.
didn't know I could read Chinese, did you?
Maybe. Who
Just
am I to
saying.
judge? I love Mads Mikkelsen, and that is him that says that, and I love it. I love it when he says that. Maybe. Who am I to judge? I just think that's funny. I'm not trolling, just having fun. Hey, you know what? You have fun, Stank the
Yes.
man.
Isn't that like just assumed? Like trolling is fun. Like
I think
It
that's
is
a
fun.
funny name.
There are trolls that cross the line and they do stupid things. I think that what he said is funny, and I don't have a problem with that.
I think you should answer Matthew's question because he's asked patiently for the last hour.
Oh.
I've watched a lot of your videos, and I know you're against drip acclimation. You make a really good point. However, what do you do with more fragile fish, such as stingrays? What would you do? The exact same thing I would do with other fish. That's what I would do. I'm not going to sit here and beat up on somebody who does drip acclimate. I just think it's a huge waste of time, and I don't like the risk involved. With ammonia spikes and pH swings and all of that nonsense. I want to get the fish out of that nasty water and get them into our tank. And I've acclimated stingrays this way, Matoros, and I've never had one lost. So I haven't had a stingray since I've had my YouTube channel, which is depressing because I love them so much. But that's how I would do it. If I was bringing, excuse me, good Lord, if I was bringing a black diamond in here that I paid $2,500 for, I would not drip acclimate them, if that answers your question. Bob, would you drip acclimate them? He's going to say, yeah, just to piss me off.
No. So there's only one time I've ever drip acclimated fish, and I wouldn't do it, but I bought them directly from Gary Lang, and he specifically said drip acclimate. So I was like, okay, just because it's you, Gary, I'll drip acclimate. But never would I'm plop and drop 100%.
Yep.
I'd rather, especially if fish have been in the bags for a couple days now, if you're just buying it from the fish store and moving it to your house, drip acclimate all you want. But if it's been in the mail for a couple days and it's been sitting in that bag and pooping, no, I'm plop and drop 100%.
I've done it with discus that were like this big, I just plop and drop.
I've said this before, and it's true. Of course it's true. Why would I lie to you? But I'm going to say it again. I have been at Discus Hans when he receives fish from Germany. And what he does, he lines, they all come in coolers, and he will have like 25 in one bag. They're 2-inchers or whatever. So it's very big bags, and a lot of times it's one bag in the entire cooler. And he sets them all in front of the tanks that they're going to go in, and he lets them sit there for a while. He opens up all of the bags and spreads the bag open, takes his net, scoops them out, puts them in the tanks. And we're talking about I mean, this guy orders $50,000 worth of discus at a time, and he's going through there and he's doing it that way. Everybody says discus are so fragile.
No.
There's your answer. If that's how
Speaking-
he's doing it, then you know it's good.
Speaking of discus, there was a.
I even
question-
plop and drop my shrimp, just to interrupt you real quick.
Now,
So
you
you and
interrupt
shrimp, I
all
do
you
it.
want.
Alice B asks, Lisa, how do you aerate your discus tank? And the only thing I do is filter my tank. I don't do anything extra like adding an air stone or anything like that. So if that's what you mean, that's all I do.
Ginger again says, thank you for streaming. I subscribe to you because of Bob. How about
You
that?
got us a subscriber, Bob.
And
Thanks.
it was a good decision. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will catch the rest on the replay. How about that, Bob? Look at that. Bringing some Thanksgiving
Yeah,
cheer
thanks.
to the
That makes
stream
up for the
tonight.
30 that have already unsubscribed, right?
I don't think there's a way I could look like real time. Maybe there is.
No, but he'll go back like in a couple weeks and he'll be like, do you see this stream? It shows that we lost all these subscribers.
It does not say like how many subscribers lost, but it usually tells you pretty quick. But it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I mean, I can understand people unsubscribing from our streams because I talk too much and sometimes I can be mean.
Or my voice is annoying, you know, those things, whatever.
Maybe.
Eh,
Who am I to judge?
whatever.
What is each of your favorite fish? I love those kind of questions. Bob, you are the guest. I would like
I
your
want to
answer
say
first.
rainbows, betta, or discus, Oscars, Asian arowanas. I don't know.
What did
So I said
Wait,
mine and guessed yours.
Oscars. He said Oscars in there?
I was pointing at John, but you couldn't see because
Oh, yeah.
No, I love Oscars. I'm not going to say they're my favorite, though. I love them so much, but it's not my turn. It's your turn.
My turn? For me, I would say discus and bunas and then betas.
Got
Betas
it.
would be number 3?
Mhm.
Wow. How about that? Arowanas, bikers, stingrays. That's my 3. All 3 monster fish. That's what I love. The bikers they've had the same impact on me as stingrays did. I almost cried when my stingrays died. There's something about them, the way they look at you, the way they flutter up the glass. I love stingrays so much. The bikers have stole my heart. But having said that, I love my imbunas. I love my Oscars. I love those Severums. I love a lot of fish. But if I had to pick 3, like I could only have 3, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
There you go. And somebody asked about the Severums. They're gone. The eggs are gone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ate their own eggs. They were doing a good job. They were taking care of them.
They probably did, just because they were, you know, stressed about the other fish coming near them. And I did see the Severum go after one of the bikers, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably took care of them themselves. They were just like, you know what, this is too much work. Forget it.
the entire tank is full of predators. They're never going to last.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we were surprised it even happened to begin with. Like, I would have thought the Severums would have been looked around and been like, we can't do this here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a waste of time, but maybe they're not as smart as we give them credit for. I didn't even know it was a male and a female. I mean, I just got 2 Severums. Actually, I got 3. One of them passed, but yeah, that's that.
I mean, they could just have that tank and you can get rid of those Oscars and put the bikers somewhere else in the Playco.
Here's my thing. I struggle with the idea,
I guess that's a no.
and I, well, it's kind of a no. I struggle with the idea of taking a fish and putting them in something smaller, except that jerk.
Oh, yeah.
Putting them in something smaller than what they're used to. I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of mean. you know, you got to fish in a 360 gallon and then you move them down to a 90 gallon or something. I would feel terrible about that. So the biker fantasy tank would be another big tank. See, so the Oscars can stay in there and I'd get like 6 more of them. And then the bikers will have their own tank. Tank only needs to be about that tall. It'd be a giant low boy. No, I wouldn't, because they do go up and down. It'd be fun. But anyway, Discus Talk says because she puts discus first.
Yeah.
A $2 super chat.
Thank you.
I would have never guessed that somebody with the name Discus Talk would have been such a big fan of discus.
When are you going to sell discus on your website?
We're not. I got so mad the other day at UPS. I thought I was telling her I don't want to sell betas anymore. I mean, it just makes me so mad. When you ship fish, so you know, when you hand them out the door and you hand them over, you lose all control, and I hate that. It drives me nuts. At UPS, we've never had problems with UPS. They've always been so reliable.
Such a rare situation if we did. It would be like, what? Like, never. I mean, well, I'm not going to say never, but the chance was so small and rare that it just. But yeah.
Are you ever going to sell fish again, Bob?
Yes, but only fish that I breed.
Yeah. That's better anyways, because then they only have to ship once. You know, you're not getting them you're not having them shipped to you, then they're shipping again and, you know, all that. So that's good.
KGT and Bob, as avid fish keepers, what is the most you would spend purchasing he had a little spell check there, Fisk. Pretty sure he meant fish.
Mm-hmm.
Or she. I think Heppa Aquatics is a he, isn't it? I don't know.
The most I spent was my group of zebra plecos, which was very expensive.
A group too, I can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to come across an ornate biker the size of my two, which is, 14, 15 inches long, if there was a price tag of $400 on it, I would do that. I would spend that much. I don't think I would go any higher than that. Rama had that one pike cichlid that was like $450.
Yeah.
And I almost pulled the trigger on that one. He wouldn't come off of it. And I was like, come on, man, give me a break. But he wouldn't do it. But I could see
probably
doing
because he wanted
that.
to keep it.
I think that's definitely what it is. And then like 2 weeks later, she came in and bought those two bikers that were in the same tank as the pike. I forget the name of the pike, but it was the brightest red fish I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely stunning. It was in the tank with those two bikers, but he wanted over $4 for it. I said, I just don't know. Don't know that I can do that. But
I wouldn't spend as much on fish because
duh, you like mollies. You're spending
she
$1.
likes dollar fish.
You know what I mean. I'm just saying, if it's an expensive fish, large, I would rather get it small anyways and raise it so that, sort of like getting a new car. You get a new car, you're the one that did all the oil changes, the life cycle or the life of your car. It's sort of like with fish. I want to be the one that raised it. Even if I bought it from somebody else that bred it, I think it's, you save more money buying them small and then you raise them up.
I don't disagree with that.
And you have them longer because when you get a large fish, you don't know how old it is.
It's true. I will say this. I don't think there's ever going to be a time in my life where money is no object. But if I had, if all of a sudden the United States government was to stop being so stupid and they removed the restrictions on Asian arowanas, I think I would think real hard if I saw a super red at like 2,500. I'd consider it. I mean, that's let's take money out of retirement. We got to go ahead and do it. Like, I think I would have to seriously consider doing that.
What?
I'm not saying it would be easy, but I think I would. That's probably the only fish that I would do something really stupid like that with.
Well, if you did that, I would get a large.
I don't want to hear it because of the
That-
plants that you have in there. So let's just stop this
I
conversation
would,
right
but
now.
I would get a large variegated
snap.
monstera.
Tallahassee Bob says, "Happy Thanksgiving from one Bob to another, and John and Lisa too." This is a very good one here. We're going to have to wrap things up here in a minute. David
oh my God, it's really
says,
that time.
"Do you worry about the temperature difference when you plop and drop?" Yes, that is definitely a concern. When we say plop and drop, we're not just saying you bring them in the house and you just plop them in your tank. You're going to float them in the water. Now, when Hans does what he does, his entire warehouse is like 96 degrees.
Oh, it's so hot.
It's
in there.
absurd. It's how he stays so thin because it's unbearably hot in there. So when his discus are sitting on the floor, they're getting up to room temperature, and he lets them sit there for 45 minutes or whatever, and then he does that. So the temperature is evened out between the two. But if you're just bringing fish home from the fish store, or you order them from us and they're shipped in, or you order them from Bob, you float them for 30 minutes or so, let the temperature balance out between the two, and then you plop them in, drop them in. Yes.
I just realized something because she's said a few things in here tonight. I knew the name Discus Talk sounded familiar. You have a YouTube channel. I'll have to check you out. Especially if it's about discus.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, we've got the last one of the day. Comes in from our good friend up there in Oregon. It's Oregon, right? Isn't he from Oregon, Danikin?
Oregon.
I say Oregon because I'm from Virginia.
Oregon. I say Oregon too. People rage at me.
Like an organ.
I don't say Oregon, but I
No.
say Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah,
Oregon.
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 Oregon. Anyway,
I
he
think
says...
it's the Oregon Trail. You know that game we played as a kid on the computer in school? The Oregon Trail?
Right. And in my opinion, you're saying it right. It's Bob that's saying it wrong because he likes to make us get in trouble.
Oh.
But Danikin says it's $10 for Lisa's plant fund.
Thank you.
She needs it too, Kenny, because
I'm
this woman...
obsessed with plants. If you only
I don't know what I'm going to do with
knew,
this woman.
I have more plants than I have fish at this point. It's pretty overwhelming.
Look, it's a problem. And Kenny, you're now contributing to this.
Thank you.
I thought we were friends, but apparently there's a little miscommunication happening there. So listen, it is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We are now stepping on Fish Room Fever's toes. I don't like to do that. So let's wrap things up.
yeah.
And Bob, you don't watch my streams, so you don't know. This is what I do. I hand it over to her to say goodbye. But before I do that, I'm going to hand it over to you because you didn't talk very much.
Yeah.
And
I
you can
talked a lot.
say your goodbyes, and then we'll give it to Lisa.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Well done. Good job.
Oh my goodness. Is that it?
No, really, thanks for having me. It's a lot of fun. And I would like to say, if there's anything here that's going to lose you subscribers, it's your thumbnail and not me. So there you go.
Oh.
People complain about that.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh.
Come on, let's have some fun here, folks. Let's not be so sensitive.
Oh my goodness. But anyways, thank you for watching and being here with us, even though Bob's here, and hanging out with us and, you know, chatting. It was a lot of fun, even though Bob was here. And yeah.
Especially because Bob was here.
No, but all jokes aside, thanks for coming, Bob, and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. It's nice to hang out with friends, even you, and everybody.
You know, I'm coming to visit next year.
Hey, you're more than welcome. I've said that before. Come visit. Come have Thanksgiving with us next year. Melissa Jeswell, too.
You said it live.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's
saying.
recorded. It
It's
is on the
recorded.
internet. And we all know anything on the internet is true. So
But anyways, we are, like John said, stepping on James's toes. So if you want to continue, you know, hanging out with friends and stuff, go check out Fish Room Fever. He is streaming now, and have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you next Thursday. And thank you, mods. Thank you so much.